Nicole Newman Coulter, and I am the creator of a group called Church Stars. Church Stars is a group of filmmakers, producers, playwrights, and comedians. And I have been after this interview with Jason for about 4 months, and we just his schedule or my schedule, and we finally got to hook up. But I just said I gotta talk with you because I just feel like you're so inspiring, and I'm ready to get this in. All right. Good. So you are known. I call you a social mogul.
Okay.
That's what I feel like, a social media mogul.
Okay.
That's what I feel like you are. And you started with the Playmakers, Bob Johnson and Tracy Edmonds, All Right TV,
Yes.
Issa Rae, Damon Lee, produced plays, executive producer of Flawed, which I loved, by the way.
Thank you.
And now just digital TV.
Yes. Yes.
So how did your journey start? Like, how did you know you had, did you always want to do comedy or? No? How did it start for you?
No, it was really more, it was kind of on accident.
Really?
You know, we're like we always say in any interview, we're church kids.
Yeah.
So we were those kids that played around in church. And, you know, in the back, in the parking lot,
Choir room.
all of that stuff, clowning people right after service, clowning shouts, just doing all those different things. And, what happened was my brother and Anthony. I skipped ahead a lot. You know what I mean. I mean, and then PYPU talent night. You know, talent at church. Sunday night PYPU. When they used to let the kids get up and do things at church. That's where that was our first stage.
Yeah. Did you lead testimony service?
They didn't let us lead testimony service, but we used to be able to. We used to have talent. So we used to get up right at 6.
Okay.
You know, you can open with a song and stuff. And me and my god brother, our song used to be "It's a Bubble." It's a bubbling, it's a bubbling, it's a bubbling in my soul. We used to sing. That was like our joint. Like, we used to sing, but that was our first opportunity to be like, we used to practice in the car on the way to church.
All right.
Like we was gonna be right. We was gonna be out there. We used to be like, yeah, we gonna sing tonight.
Y'all gonna kill.
You know, and so that was like my first opportunity to be on stage, and it was always felt good. Then we sung in the junior choir. You know how it is if you know, being a church kid, being in the choir and those type of things. Those are the things to do.
Yeah.
And so it was great. It was great. That's where you kind of learn. At the time, you don't know you're learning.
Yeah.
And then the jokes. I mean, my grandmother is hilarious. My mom is hilarious. My uncles are hilarious. And then, of course, my brother, Kev, as you know, he's crazy.
I feel like the best teacher is church.
Yeah, it is. R&B comes from the church. All them big ways, they don't do nothing but come from the church and sing. But I'm just saying, it's a lot of, you hone your skills a lot there because you're given a platform at a young age to really go out there and do what you do. And so,
do you feel like it's made you even a smarter business person?
Church?
Because I feel like coming from the church, our sense of discernment is better. Don't you think?
Yes, to an extent, and then a lot of learning business is from bumping your head.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the things we learn in business now and why we do things the way that we do them now is because we messed up.
Yeah, you just you can't be afraid to get out there and do it.
No. The beauty is in the mistake. You know, and you don't know that when you're going through the mistake. But the beauty is in the mistake.
Yeah, because I read it one time where you said you guys did a show, and then something happened with it, and you guys stood outside and waited to talk to people and say it's not going to be able to happen.
We had a play we were going to do, and long story short, right before the play, the money wasn't right. Where we found out the guy where he got the money from to invest in it, we weren't going to do that. It wasn't Christ-like. And we said we're not going to do this show, though, so the show canceled. But we stood outside of the arena and told people we're not doing the show and stuff. So, but at the time, these are the things that you feel are going to prepare you to the next level. You know what I mean? Like this, after we do this show, we're going to do that show. After we do that show, we're going to do the next show. So, you know, your world crumbles a little bit. When your world is only so big, it crumbles. You understand what I'm saying? When you get into these different situations, to where you're like, man, it's a learning thing. You're learning, and you're learning how to do business. You learn why a contract is important and what needs to be there. Yes. And you learn why a lawyer is important and why he's there to help you. And so you don't get yourself in situations to where you're like that and you're standing in front of venues because your reputation is on your. You had to learn. You had to learn, and so it's great to go through those things, but if we didn't make the mistake, you can't learn.
Okay, so the Playmakers
Yes.
have garnered over 55 million views.
Really?
55.
All of that.
55 million. I mean,
all of
unbelievable for some church boys from El Paso.
Some church kids.
I mean, that is just such an awesome even testimony.
It is. It is.
55 million people that you got to make laugh and uplift and encourage through laughter.
Right.
And your comedy.
Right.
So now you're with Just Digital.
Yes.
Head of content.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about that. How's that going?
Oh, well, Just Digital is getting ready to launch. We're in the content creation phase, so look for us at the beginning of May. This actually a couple weeks, and so we've been building a lot of content. A lot of the new Playmakers videos, and we're hoping to add to the number, the 55 million. We're hoping that you guys like it and share it and love it and share it more than you did now because life has changed. You know what I'm saying, of course, and so we created content there. Lexi's gonna create. You guys love Lexi, right?
Yes.
Mother Walker, Holy Ghost Enforcers. She's gonna create some content there. Not Carlton Banks. Not Carlton Banks from Instagram. He wears all the wigs, does all the church stuff, man. Yeah, man. Lily's on there. She's gonna create some content. And then also, we did some work with Laura Govan. I produced a show for her on there. I just produced a show for my brother individually on there. We called it Kev on Stage MD. It's a parody on the show. And you heard about that kid doctor he was an 18-year-old kid that faked like he was a doctor. We did that like if Kev was really running a fake doctor's office.
I can't wait to see that.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you, man, that thing came off. We were filming on Saturday. It was hilarious. We just had a great time in there filming. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we do.
Now tell me this, so from where the Playmakers started now, what has changed as far as even your content? How have you grown? Is it gonna, you know what I mean? I know it's gonna be different.
Yeah, we're just gonna cuss more.
Oh!
No, I'm joking. No, no, we haven't. No. We're just going to. It's the same old us. It's the same old thing. We actually, to film, we went back to the church that we learned. Well, all the videos. No, not that church. The church that you saw all the videos.
Yes.
That's Aunt's dad's church in Seattle.
Okay.
When we knew we were going to start creating for Just Digital, we went back to that church. We were like, okay, let's just go back to our home church where
what you know and comfortable.
Right, it's just a very creative space for us. You know what I mean? That's where all the magic, so to speak, started for us, where the blessing came, where we just went in there and created. And it was kind of like us going back to where we started and just like, we're going to put this out from here. You know what I mean? So, so when
you guys went back, was it just like old times?
And it's just like old times.
So when you're creating, are you the type of writer where you have to have atmosphere? What is it like for you when you write?
Man, all I need is Kevin and
Really?
When it's Playmaker stuff, man, listen, me and Kevin have been doing this so long that all we got to do is be together and say, this is the idea we want to work on. And like I said, in any other interview, our iMessage is where we write. We'll just be like, this is the idea. Then
going back and forth with each other? So you play off of each other?
Play off of each other all day long. He'll say something, I'll say something, we say something, and we just keep vibing like that. And we create a video. Oh, we should do a video like that. Yeah, you know what? Turn the camera on. And that's how we work. And then if we like it, we like it, and we put it out. You know?
And so your passion and your perseverance has paid off to all of the things that you're doing now. So, like, what advice would you give to someone out there wanting to go down the same path?
Don't quit.
Okay.
I'm telling you, we were doing it 10 plus years before we even did anything. We were in the play industry learning that. I tell people all the time, we thought we were Tyler Perry, the next Tyler Perry's doing plays. I have no idea we were going to go online and film and stuff that was going to happen that way. Like, no idea.
And see, that's the thing to me, when you start the level of success that you're reaching now, people think you just got there.
No.
When you've been 10, 15 years in the game.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because you got to think about it. It's 2016. Mm-hmm. You guys heard about the Playmakers in 2012.
Yeah.
So we ain't really even putting no new videos out. That work begat work. You know, and so we just been working behind the scenes because our goal was to never just make YouTube videos and make people laugh on there, even though that was cool. That wasn't our goal. Our goal was TV and movies. And so that's
which led to that.
Which led to that. Kev created his movie, and you know, me and my partners have created a TV and film division that we've been working on very hard this year to bring people really dope content. You guys, you know, saw me if you were on my Periscope or you weren't. You know, we were doing a little bit of work with Fred. You know what I'm saying? And I'll talk about that a little bit more later on when we're free to trying to develop a show there. We develop a new age artist show for following new music artists. It's gonna be a crazy show to be able to connect with that.
Coming from a faith-based Christian background, would you say it's kind of hard to get in the industry?
Yes, it's very hard. It's a little bit harder because your standards are a little bit higher. You're not going to be excuse me, I'm coughing. You're not going to compromise. And the way you don't compromise is because, you know, Hollywood is a world of smoke and mirrors, and they create stuff that we just don't agree with. So what we did was create our own lane to where we can create what we want. And so when you create that and create your own platform, then you can develop your own stuff and not compromise. But I want church people to understand that everything that you create doesn't have to be faith-based. It just needs to be entertaining. Like a lot of times Christians get stuck in the mind. If it is not, we're saying God is the greatest thing ever, that it's not content. And sometimes you can just create content. Like we used to say as the Playmakers all the time, we just wanted to bring families back together to when we used to watch like the Cosby Show. Yeah, my whole family watched it. We watched that together. Family friendly content.
After Bible study, come home and watch it. We had a VCR then.
Before Bible study for us. They were pastor's kids right here. But you understand what I'm saying? We used to watch those things together. So, and then also with all these kids we got, so it was just like my kids got to be able to watch what I do because they want to. Julian be like, what are you making? It has to be okay for him to watch too. So some of that is just family friendly. It doesn't need or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be that we're in a church laying down worshiping the Lord all the time. It's just coming from people that believe in that.
How have you handled that criticism from church folks? You know,
just take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and let some people, you know what, if we would have listened to people in the church that didn't agree with what we did, then we wouldn't be sitting here talking at all. You wouldn't know who we were because they would be like, that doesn't go in the house of God. And you don't do this and you don't laugh in church. You don't make fun of this.
And it's about not just the four walls that you're in.
Yeah.
It's about, you know, because to me, like when I do my plays or whatever things that I do, it's, you know, I'm ministering outside of the church and this is my ministry. It has nothing to do with, you know, putting on a play in the church. I'm reaching people in another way. Right. You know, hopefully that will help them want to come to church, or I'm witnessing with a different tool. Right.
And then people just have to understand what works for you and what your area of influence is going to be different from mine. And just because you don't knock mine because this is how I get my influence. I'm not going to run around here and be a preacher and open a church. Like, I'm cool. Like, anybody, hats off to pastors and stuff because what they have to go through is
like when I got married, growing up a PK, my dad is a pastor. When I got married, I did not want to marry anybody in ministry.
Well, there you go.
I just said, do you feel like you're going to be called to preach? Because
if you're going to be called to preach,
no,
we can't go to Applebee's.
She can't do it.
Right. After singles ministry. We can't go up there together. Right. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, so we were if we listened to what everybody else thought we should do or wanted us to do, we wouldn't be here. But because we did it, because the people that hate it. The people that love it. And you have to understand that everybody isn't going to like everything.
Y'all did push the limits and a little risky. You know, especially growing up as strict as we were.
Yeah.
Like, no hands, no
jail.
No fingernail polish.
Our church was jail when we grew
Everything
up.
Fun was a sin.
Everything fun.
That's just how
you're laughing, you're going to hell.
Yeah.
Right.
For real, when we tarried and got the Holy Ghost, we had to say hallelujah like 500 times.
Yeah, because the 501 he might come.
Right.
So exactly.
So coming from a group, how have you guys maintained your relationship? Were there any ever challenges sometimes being a part of a group?
Nah.
That's great.
We have it's funny. We got all our differences and fighting. We got that stuff out early before people even knew who we were.
That's great.
Me, Kevin, and Ann are so on the same page with where we want to go. That's why we work so well together. Everybody knows that I'm probably more of the business end of things. You know what I mean? Ant's gonna give you crazy physical comedy, and Kev's just dumb. My brother Kevin is just dumb. I mean, I'm funny too because I have to be, but like I'd rather go in and create and develop and push the project out and make sure the story is right.
That is unusual.
Yeah.
Usually in a group, you don't have that kind of cohesiveness. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's a testimony in itself that everybody, you're not afraid to say, okay, you're good at business. You're good at this. When I think most of us need to learn how to do that when working together is acknowledging people's strength. Right. And then, you go forth in this and that and...
Right. Well, listen, I'll take a meeting all day long because I'm all about the next thing. I'm all about building business. And I'll take a meeting. Kevin Rand, they be like, we got a meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Like, I'll take a meeting all day and I'll meet and I'll talk and I'll plan. And my thing is like putting a puzzle together to try to make it work. They don't like that stuff. And so there's no reason to try to make them like it and enjoy it and do it well. I do it well. They be like, let us know what it is because we already agree. Because they know when I come to the table, I'm talking for all of us, and they know that I'm going to make the decision based off all of our desires and so that we win. You know what I'm saying?
Then that has a lot to do with your success then.
Yeah, it does. It does.
How do you think you guys have maintained your fan base? Because your fans follow you wherever you go.
Part of that is just being consistent. You know what I mean? Being consistent in what we do, what we provide, them growing with us. It's almost like, I guess you can say this like when some of your favorite music artists, and I'm going to use a secular artist, Outkast, one of my favorite groups of all time, one of the best rap duo groups of all time. And if you remember Andre 3000 went from wearing the hair to this to that. But if you watch in the beginning, he used to wear braids in the hood.
Yeah, that's
and then
true.
he grew to that, and then you see him doing Hey Ya, and he was with Erykah Badu, and he just went through this metamorphosis. But since you seen him from the beginning, you just kind of grew with them.
Yeah,
and I think, but they stay consistent with what their music and things like that. And so even when you think about the gospel world, Hez's music is consistent. We've always loved him. How long has he been there? John P. His music has been consistent. Fred's been consistent. Kirk Franklin, Yolanda, all of them have been consistent. So we've been able to stay with them and grow with them, even as they grew. And so it's similar. Same thing. We're consistent in what we do. And like this new work that we put out, I hope it hits the same way. I hope people love it. I hope you don't know. Like when we go in there and create, we don't know. Like a lot of times we're probably our hardest critics. We'd be like, man, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be good. Because we're pretty tough, and so
on yourself,
because the bar is set pretty high.
That's when it's really ministry.
Well, yeah, I mean, we just don't want. The thing about working hard is people that work hard just don't want to fail.
Yeah. And
so if you don't want to fail, then you'll work hard to be perfect at what you do. You know what I'm saying? And so I just know we work extremely hard. And I hope you guys see that.
And staying on your grind.
Listen. life is a grind until my bank account says that it's not. And my bank account says you need to be working more.
Yes.
So that's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And so, and that's what it's about. And then at the same time, you know, when you're a creator, it's about being able to get your ideas out. It's not just
and
about.
now with social media, it's perfect.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like
know?
you want to be empty as an artist. You know, you want to be.
I love that.
Like, you want to be like, man, we had to, like, man, we come in this office and we have so much. Listen, we have so much stuff to give to the world. It's so, and it's not money will come. You know what I mean? But you gotta.
That's when you know what you love is when you do it for free. You don't care about the money.
I don't.
It's fun.
Well, I do, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm hungry. I want to eat. You know, but it's like it's about like, man, being innovative and creative and giving the world something they've never seen, or something like we sit here and create. We got this movie that we're gonna give you guys here pretty soon called Choir Boy, and when we give that movie to you guys. I just want people to love. I know they'll love it. I know they will, and I just want to give it to them so that you can be like, yo, that was dope. You want to entertain. You want people to have a great time. You want them to be something to just connect with them in a way that, and that's the drive.
And I can tell too that you really like the creative process.
Oh, I love it, man. We sit in here and create, and we'll sit. We wrote 2 movies creatively. Yesterday, just sitting in this room in less than an hour.
See?
We just sat here and be like, I got an idea, and then you bounce it off more creative people. So your circle is very important to also, you know, you gotta be, I can't sit here and be around people that think it's not possible.
Yeah,
to do everything that we do. Because if you're sitting around those people, that little seed of doubt will creep in more than all the encouragement.
It will make you second guess yourself.
It'll be like, and you can't second guess yourself. I told somebody this. One of the most inspiring things that I've seen in the last couple of months was when on Showtime they did the new Michael Jackson documentary Off the Wall. And so the Off the Wall album, he had just came from the Jackson 5. He had and he wanted to write his own stuff and all that. And they didn't want to let him.
No, stay with the group, stay with the group.
All of that, and they're saying Quincy Jones is not the person to work with.
Yeah,
That's true. And this, you can't do this kind of album. You can't do this. They're telling Michael Jackson that he can't,
owns the name Michael. Just by itself. So you say Michael, you only think of Michael Jackson.
So at the time that he's going through it, and he knows he has the greatness in him, the naysayers are trying to say that he doesn't have it.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing that we go through sometimes. The naysayers are saying you don't have it, it's not good, it's not great enough, or you're not there yet. And you won't, and you'll let that get in your spirit and you won't do nothing else.
Yeah.
But he, you know, just like that, he kept going. He sold 10 million records. It was great. But at the same time, the people didn't even put him on the Grammys. They put him, it was a disco album. Off the Wall was designed, but it and in the Grammys they gave him, because Michael Jackson was black, they gave him best R&B, and he was like, this wasn't an R&B album, and it wasn't even on the telecast. So what he told his mother, he said, Mom, I'm gonna make it so on my next album they're going to have to recognize me. The next album was Thriller.
Well, and then that goes to show you too, anytime you get on program, like say he got on program, you need to give it 200% when you get on that stage.
Man, listen, you got it. Just got to do what you do.
That's what I tell my actors. You need to go for it. Make them remember you. Make them like, man, we should have put him first.
And that's my approach to everything. Like after I heard that, I just be like, you know, they're telling him he wasn't great. And at the time, and he's creating greatness the whole time. So I just want to be great.
Yeah.
And so when I get ideas to create this stuff that I want to create, like I gotta get it out. You gotta
get it out.
So that's what we're working on.
Let's go like to networking. Okay. Would you say, okay, you know, a lot of people have aspirations. When you're networking, do you think there's some things that you should not do? You know,
don't be.
You know how network listen to my CD.
Networking works like this. It's a relationship. I have to be able to bring something to the table, and you have to be able to bring something to the table. And at some point, we know that we can merge our work together. It may not be now. Some relationships we've known, and it might not develop for 3-4 years before we need each other, but we have to have it there. So if you don't have nothing to offer, you're always trying to get. You're not. That's not how networking works. Networking works from a give and take. I can provide this. I have that. Now we can work together, or I need you for this, and we reciprocate.
Yeah.
And so when people are always trying to get, or put me on, or let me get to this person, or this, that, no, my relationships with people inside of this cell phone, I can't just give you them because you don't have a relationship with them, and it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, like I had somebody, I was talking to somebody, and they said, "Ooh, ask them this, ask them this." And I said, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to take advantage like that.
Right. It doesn't, and that's what people want you to do. People think I can put you on.
Yes.
I can't.
No.
I can't put you on. You put yourself on.
That's
you
right.
get
Do your work.
Right.
And you got to put in the work. Like I had someone, they were like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I said, well, where are your receipts? And they said, what? And I said, you can say you do something all day long, but unless people see it, they see the pictures, they see the content on YouTube, nobody believes you.
Exactly.
So where's your work?
Right.
So if you want to get in this industry, publish your stuff. Do Periscope, YouTube, Instagram. Get your stuff out there so that we know you do what you say you do.
Yeah, you definitely have to use the tools that you're given to do what you do. Like before, I used to think it was about we need money to be able to create.
Yeah, not anymore.
No, you don't need money. You need resources. You need to connect with the right people that have the right things, and you guys are walking in the same direction. That's why me and Ron and iRock work so well together with this video, this TV and film production that we're doing now, because we're walking the same direction. We all bring something to the table that the team needs to be able to be dope. And we can do dope stuff together. You know what I mean? I need you, you need me. We work together. We get what we need to get. And so when you have that, it really helps you. So that's to answer the question. That's how the networking works. It ain't just put me on. No, listen. The dream, Steve Harvey always says it. The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. You better
I
hustle.
love that.
Yeah, Steve Harvey says it all the time.
I love that. So, what is your favorite word?
Word? I can't say that on here. Listen.
Sister Frederick.
I know, right? No, what is my favorite word?
Yeah.
Word. I've never been asked that. I don't know if I have.
You know what mine is?
What?
Yes.
Yes?
And my least favorite word is no.
No. Well, that's a good one. My favorite word is yes, too. We're going to be yes twins. We the yes twins.
Twins.
Yeah, that's a good. You know what? I'm going to have to go back and think about that now that you said that. That's a good thing to know.
So if you weren't doing this, what would be another profession that you would choose?
I would be in business. I would have, in business now, but I would be probably working with my good friend Jason Kenlow. We would be opening up barbershops all around the country. I was going to do that before we did this. And so I was a barber for 12 years. And so I would be doing that, franchising, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Stuff like that. I had developed a whole franchising thing, a whole platform for that. And so I would be 100% into the hair care industry because black hair makes a lot of money.
Yes, it does.
And so that's probably when I'm a little bit more settled in this, I'll probably turn back around and go back there and open more stuff and work with them still. But I have to focus on this primarily to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't go nowhere, Rock. Come over here. We online. Come here, Ron.
This is Ronnie, y'all.
Yeah, come here.
You know what is interesting is we all know each other because we grew up together.
Right.
This is weird. This is Ronnie.
This is Ronnie Jones. I know Ron, who I work with, and this is I Rock Daniels. This is our head of video production. Everything that we do here, he does all of any kind of editing work with our video stuff. And we all creatively work together, but and you guys know Ron does the music side of the stuff that we do. So, and that's Susie, your cousin's on there.
Susie, hey, what's up, girl?
Yeah, she's on there saying so. we all work. This is our team. It starts with us right here, and then of course, we have a staff that we can go to when we need to go into big film production that we pull from, and we working. We trying to make it. That's what we doing.
So at the end of the day, when Jason goes home and you've just created something,
y'all stepping out.
All right, bye.
All right. Hey, I'm going in the morning, man. So I'm going in the morning.
Okay.
So yeah.
Right.
All right, good to see you. I'll be back in a minute.
So when like say you've just done a movie, whatever, when you calm down and you relax, what is that day like? Like just after you've accomplished something like that. What is that day like the day after?
Man, to be honest, it's on to the next thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that.
Because when you're creative, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. You get inspired in so many different ways. So then are you the type of person who you don't do any vacations, you don't rest? Nah, you know what? I do need to rest more, but it's like I also need to go get it right now. I need to go get it.
It's important, especially to do it while you're hot. And
yeah, you have to take advantage of what you got. I don't want to be like the guy that buried his talents and didn't use them. Yeah. I want to put mine, and then like, Lord, we put them to work. You gave me this bill. You put this stuff in front of us to be able to use. I connected with, me and Ron knew each other when we was babies.
Littles, yeah.
So if God has given us the ability to create this stuff and work, why would I stop?
So you can just create at any time.
Man, I told you, all day long.
Yeah.
That's what I do. All day long. Like we'll sit and talk. And it's all day long. I wish you guys could sit in here and see how it goes down.
Oh, this place is awesome, all. You should see it. This is their place, and they're creating and
we're still building in here. And I'm just saying, it's
love it. I love it.
It's dope. But like that's what we do. So when you do what you do, you keep doing it.
So I'm gonna ask you this last question.
Okay.
What can we expect from Jason Fredericks 10 years from now?
10 years from now, hopefully a plethora of content that is memorable. Not just something that we put out there, but be like, man, when he did this, it was dope. It was dope. It was just, like my name is synonymous with great things. You know what I mean? And then something that my family's proud of. Yes. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure your family's proud of you.
Well, thank you so much, Jason.
No problem.
I really appreciate it.
I'm glad we finally got to do this.
Yes, he is a busy man, but I'm a persistent woman.
And we made it happen.
And I was going to get what I wanted. I was going to get this interview because I told him, you are just so inspiring. Your story will inspire people.
Thank you.
And
it's hard for me to talk
that
about
fire within. I know. It is hard to kind of, with the way that we grew up, it's like you're bragging or you're boasting, but you're not. You're sharing your testimony.
Well, when it's like that, it's a little bit easier to do.
Yeah, you're sharing your testimony. You're uplifting. You're inspiring.
Thank you.
And I'm just so happy to have you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching.
This is Nicole Newman Coulter from Church Stars Network. ChurchStarsNetwork.com. Check us out. All right. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Peace.
Bye.